Everybody listen up. So this is what I was talking about yesterday. This is some practice with reading measurements, and so we're getting the same type of measurement in this first picture. It looks very similar, um, but we're just going to write down the reading to start. The SF's part we're going to worry about later. I'm going to talk about that. Okay. But so this has to do with what we were just doing at the lab tables with the volume of water. Reading the rulers, reading the graduated cylinders. It's all about those place values. So if I put like 3 place values here on each side of the decimal point, I can see on this first one, I see 6, 7, 8, 9. I bet if it went further to the left, I would see like 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and all that. Okay? So can I see the ones place? All right, I can see the ones place on this ruler. All right, so that's good. Smiley face. So now I'm going to keep working to the right. And I want to go until I can't find the digits anymore on my measuring device. So I've got ones. Do I see any little marks in between, like the tenths? I do not. So that means it's an X. All right. Now that first X, as we go left to right, that's where we want our measurement that we record to have. Just that. Stop there. Because what we do is we estimate the last spot of the measurement. We see what we can see, and then we estimate one spot further, and that's it. So that means this first measurement should have some number in the ones place, some number in the tenths place, and that's it. Don't write any more or else it's wrong. So I can see that this measurement here is between 8 and 9. So I'm going to put in 8 for the ones place. All right? And now I'm going to estimate the last spot. Like I know that in between 8 and 9, or like right in the center, would be about 8.5. Um, in between two measurements would be like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do you guys think? 8.9, I like that. Could we have put down 8.8? Do you think I would mark that wrong? I wouldn't mark it wrong because it's an estimate. 8.7 is pushing it a little bit. 8.6, 8.5, not really. If you went up to 9.0 or 9.1, that's 9.0 I'd probably give you, but 9.1 it definitely doesn't look like it's past 9. Okay? Now this next one, if we do that same place value thing that we did here, on this one, I can still see the ones place. Okay? So I'll leave that smiley face there. Now let's go further to the right. Can I see the tenths? Okay, there are little marks in between this time, so I can see the tenths place too. Another smiley face. Got 2 smiley face places. All right. Are there marks in between those ones? No. So I can't see the hundredths. So that's an X. But like I said, we're going to include that first X. So that means this measurement's going to have 2 decimal places. So again, I see it's between 8 and 9, so I'm going to make it 8 point something. And now I see that it's between the 9th and 10th mark. So I'm going to put a 0.9. And then, so in between that 9th mark and the actual 9, halfway would be a 5. Is it closer to 9? What do you think? It's getting a little harder to read now. Would this be right? What if I put 0.94 here? 0.96? 0.97? Getting down smaller here is kind of hard to read. I'd give you a little more leniency down here than I would up here where you can see it more clearly. Okay? You're confused, so do this. Can you do it again, please? Now that I'm looking. Question. Okay? You understand this part. So you understand that we're going to make 3 numbers in our measurement? A number in 2 decimal places, that makes sense or no? Okay? So that's why on this one here, I have 2 numbers past the decimal. Whereas on that first one, I didn't have the little marks in between, so I couldn't go. Does that make sense or no? And as you're working, I mean, this is still practice, so if you guys are struggling with anything, let me know and I'll help you out. And another thing is being part of a team, guys, some of you are going to be natural leaders in different areas. So if you're one of those people that right now you're like, I got this, I'm good at this, I know what I'm doing, feel free to speak up and help out. Okay? You're like my team captains on this. So help other people out that might be struggling. You can help me out. All right? But that's what we're doing for this. What about on number 2? We want to do one more? All right, so can I see on number 2, the first one here, I can see 120, 130, 140, 150. I can see the hundreds place, actually. Okay, can I see the tens? Yep, 20, 30, 40, 50. We can't see the ones? We can't see the ones. But we include that first X, right? So that means my number is going to have something in the hundreds. I don't know why that fell on the floor when it should be put away. Another emergency. Hundreds, tens, and we will include ones. Hey, hundreds, tens, ones. That's all our number's going to have. It's not going to have a decimal point. Okay? So what do we think here? It's between 130 and 140. Would you guys agree? It's between 130 and 140. How far in between? Is it halfway in between? Because about there would be 135. Would you guys agree with me? Okay. So what do you think for that? 134, 133, 132, what? 134 I heard? Anybody disagree with that? Okay. 134, I might be inclined to say 133. But that's okay. It's an estimate. Okay? So continue working, trying to do these. If you have any questions, let me know.